Right, so a lot has gone on in the UFC world recently in terms of fight announcements. We're going to go through a bunch of them that have been made, especially some of the rumors, and just talk a little bit about what is really going on. We're going to start with this first fight. Now, there were rumors that Alex Pereira was going to go up and fight Alexander Volkov, which would have likely set up a chance for him to fight Aspinall or Jones, whoever ended up winning that heavyweight fight. So to me, that pretty much assures that Aspinall versus Jones is gonna happen. You don't have Pereira move up and not fight one of those guys, unless you know that they're fighting each other. So to me, that pretty much solidifies that the heavyweight championship will be defended by John Jones against Tom Aspinall. We're going to get the fight we all wanted, but there's the other news is the Pereira-Volkov thing is not true. A number of sources have now come out saying that Pereira versus Ankalaev will be the next fight for the light heavyweight championship, even though no date has been set. The reason for that, Magomed's going to be celebrating Ramadan. He's going to be off from February 25th to March 25th is when I believe Ramadan is. So he'll come back and fight after that. I'm going to assume it's going to be like a UFC 315 in May, probably something like that. Actually gives Pereira some well-deserved time off that he's been looking for, and Ankh never fucking fights, so it is what it is. Now, Pereira also said Pereira has no intention of moving up to heavyweight at heavyweight anytime soon following the rumors that he'd face Volkov. So he's not fighting Volkov. It's going to be Ankalaev next, so everyone can calm down. All right, everyone can calm down. Because it's going to be Pereira and Ankalaev. This is the fight that we've all wanted, the fight that we know should have happened, or should be happening, and I'm glad it's going to happen. Personally, I'm going to take Pereira. I think he showed me tremendous improvements in his MMA game, and he still has more improvements to make. Like, he's more likely to have kept improving to me more than Magomed Ankalaev has, because I just think there was a bigger gap between where they had started in their MMA careers. Now, Pereira's probably been taking 6 months and working on wrestling defense. Now, I know Ankalaev's a striker, but if he stands on the feet with Pereira the whole time, he's probably getting starts. I know that he's got his puncher's chance. He's got good power. He's got good striking defense, but I mean, it's Alex Pereira, dude. If you're standing on the feet, we saw that he can just hit flow state in a later round. We saw that he can go to later rounds, and we've seen that, especially with low kicks, Ankalaev has been exposed by Jan Blachowicz, so I'm going to take Pereira in that fight. We'll see what happens leading up. Don't know when it is. My best bet's going to be it's going to be around May, UFC 315 headliner. Pereira and Ankalaev, that's going to be the fight that ends up happening. Moving on, we got another fight that was pretty much made, or that was made. It was Burns versus Morales. This is going to be happening in Miami on UFC. I believe it's 313. Let me move this around for you. 314 in Miami. So it looks like we're going to be getting only one card in March. Damn it. And it'll be 313, and then maybe we get 314 at the end of April. That'd be nice. But this is going to happen in Miami. Gilbert Burns defending his number 8 ranking against the undefeated ranked number 12. I'm about to call him Miles Morales, dude. Michael Morales. Sorry. Watching too much Spider-Man. Yeah, I think this is a great fight. This is for Gilbert to defend his ranking spot, and then 314 in Miami. I mean, that's a good fight. It's rumored that there's going to be another fight as the main event there, and we will talk about that in a little bit, but Burns versus Morales is an entertaining one. Morales, we know, is a very good prospect, undefeated, has looked very, very good in his fights, but his best competition's been against Neil Magny and Jake Matthews. Beat Jake Matthews, took him to decision, knocked out Neil Magny in round 1, impressive, but then all of a sudden you look and Pratis did the same thing. I don't know who I'm picking in this one yet. I'm kind of leaning Gilbert Burns right now, and the reason I say that is Burns' back is up against the wall. He needs a win damn bad. Damn bad. I like his grappling advantage in this fight, and listen, I know that there are times where Gilbert Burns has stunk it up in fights where the strikers are much better than him. Tried to stink it up against JDM. He got knee knocked out. He did stink it up against Stephen Thompson, but he got the win. Burns will do what he needs to do to win the fight, and I can see him absolutely smudging Michael Morales in this fight, stinking it up, having a lot of this against the cage. Think when it's on the feet, Morales is obviously the better striker, the more diverse striker, faster too, but Gilbert's got some pop and some power in that overhand. I just think Gilbert's going to be able to keep it on the feet, going to be able to take it to the ground. And when it is on the feet, I think he's going to be able to land a couple of good shots that, like, make it so the takedowns are a lot easier, where he's going to have Morales worrying about the takedowns right away. And if this does get to the ground, I think Burns can not only smudge him, I think he can finish him. I think he can find like an arm triangle submission. He's very, very good at those. Very strong, very physical with his top pressure. But I think he's going to have moments where, you know, it's going to start off, he's going to be shooting takedowns early. Like, it's probably going to be about a minute of them just staring, trying to feel each other out. Pause. And then he's going to shoot a takedown. Getting Morales thinking of those takedowns, that's going to open up the big overhands. And then those overhands are going to open up the takedowns yet again. So I think I'm leaning Gilbert Burns. I'd love to see Michael Morales able to move his way up into the rankings. But I think this is a very tricky fight. And I think Gilbert needs this win worse than he's needed any win other than the title fight in his career. So I'm going to go with Gilbert Burns in this fight so far. We'll see if things change as the fight date comes out. Like, again, we have literally 4 months until this happens. 4 months from, like, Sunday, which will be in 2 days. I'm leaning Gilbert Burns right now. We'll see. We'll see what ends up happening, but I'm leaning Gilbert Burns. More fight announcements. We're going to talk about UFC Seattle. Cejudo versus Song Yadong. And then also Dominic Cruz versus Rob Font. If I'm going to be brutally honest, I don't love these fights. I would have liked to see Cruz versus Font ain't bad. It really isn't bad, especially for a retirement fight. And it's not one where we're probably going to see him get brutally knocked out, but it's going to be a good fight, good striking affair. We'll see how it goes. It's pretty much 2 unks. I think both these guys, I know Cruz is pretty much 40, and I'm pretty sure Rob Font's like 37, 38, so 2 unks going at it. I think it's going to be a good fight. I'm leaning Rob Font. He's younger a little bit, not by a lot. He's younger. I think he's faster. I think Cruz's footwork's pretty dangerous, but Rob Font does a really good job of moving his feet as well, moving his head, finding the jab, and I actually think that, listen, Dom Cruz is a better wrestler. I think that Dom Cruz might struggle to find takedowns against Rob Font because Rob Font has gotten a lot more defensively sound with the wrestling, as we saw against Kyler Phillips. And I think Font's got, I know Font has more power in his hands, so I'm leaning Font to win a decision here, 29-28. Cruz has said he's going to retire after this, so it's a good retirement fight for him. We're probably not going to see him get flatline KO'd, but it's good competition. It's not like we're disrespecting him with some scrub. Would have loved to see him get the Garbrandt fight back. I don't know. I don't hate this one. But what I don't like Cejudo versus Yadong, and we're going to talk about. I think this is super lopsided, guys. I think Yadong's going to put Cejudo out cold. I think Cejudo's striking is very outdated for the division now. I think he's slower than he was in past. And I think Song Yadong's got some of the better takedown defense in this division. I don't think Cejudo's going to be able to just repeatedly blast takedowns on Song Yadong and get them to win this fight by decision there. I think Song Yadong's going to be able to stuff those takedowns, and I think when they're in the pocket, Song Yadong's got more power than pretty much anyone Cejudo's faced that I can think of. Like, not Aljo, not Merab. Like, those guys aren't knocking you out. Then you're going to go back to, the flyweight days? Now you're facing a massive, massive bantamweight who's fast, young, hungry, needs a win. I think Yadong's going to knock him out. I think it's going to come pretty early. I think you're going to see a knockout come from Song Yadong probably in the first or second round. We know Yadong can go 5 rounds. He got into the 5th round against Ricky Simone and got a finish, and then he got finished in between rounds 4 and 5 against Corey Sandhagen. So he can get there. Cardio didn't seem to be an issue. I just think his takedown defense is good enough to make it so that way it's on the feet, and I'm not picking Cejudo over Song Yadong on the feet. This should have been like a Song Yadong versus Chito Vera 2, Song Yadong versus Mario Batista, so that way we can see Mario Batista get knocked out. And then Cejudo versus Aldo. That's what we should have seen, Cejudo versus Aldo. I don't get why we cannot see Legends fights like that. I don't get it. I do not understand. This is the fight we got. Picking Yadong. Pause. Man, that's never going to work out, huh? I'm picking Song Yadong to win this fight. Think he's going to knock him out. I think this is a terrible matchup for Cejudo. Feel very strongly about that. I wish we could have seen fucking Aldo, dude. Really do. Wish we could have seen Aldo versus Cejudo. I think that would have been a great Legends fight that we've wanted to see for a very long time. Moving on. JDM versus Leon is rumored to be the main event for March in London. I think JDM knocks him out in 2 rounds. I think Leon really struggles with pressure fighters. I think Leon might be able to shoot for takedowns at points, but we've seen Jack Della Maddalena's grappling's gotten better and better. If he's able to get up from Gilbert Burns, he's going to be able to get up from Leon Edwards. And I think that JDM is very, very good at being able to close the distance and mix up his strikes to the head and the body, where I think Leon's seriously going to struggle. Leon's going to have the chance to use that back leg to throw a head kick. I don't think he's going to land it on JDM. And I also feel like JDM's got a sneaky chin of iron. I don't think anyone's going to be able to knock out JDM. I think JDM's the future champ in 2025 as well. Listen, this is going to be his 5-round main event. This is his big moment. I think he's going to put it on Leon. I said that Bilal was going to beat Leon by being able to put him on the back foot and just breaking him down, because Leon, if the things aren't going his way, he breaks. He doesn't want to be in there mentally. He is mentally weak to me when he's in the cage. I will say, I'm just going to call a spade. Unless he's winning the fight or he's heavily favored, like, he doesn't seem to have the confidence in there. And he's boring as shit, dude. I don't think the judges will give the fight to Leon if it goes to decision, because I think he's boring as fuck. Now, we are in England. Very well aware of that. And for some reason, people in the UFC like to score grappling when it comes against Jack Della Maddalena and not for anyone else. But I think JDM's going to get this one done. I think he's going to get it done via finish. I think Leon's got one of those chins that you can just knock his head right off his shoulders. And I think JDM's got the punching power to do so. I think he's going to be able to listen, he's so much better at boxing than Leon. Leon's got better kicks, 100%. He's got razor-sharp elbows. I totally understand that as well, but I just think Jack Della Maddalena is going to be able to get on the inside, land really good boxing combinations, and really start to suck the life out of Leon when he starts landing shots to the body. And that's the other thing. Leon, again, becomes, yes, a dejected fighter in there when things aren't going his way. He also gasses out. So I'm not going to put that behind him. In a 5-round fight, yes, he's been able to get into a couple. Like, he's gone to decision with Bilal. He's gone to decision with Usman. But he gasses out in these fights. He gets tired unless he gets to dictate the pace. And there is not anybody in the anyone in the welterweight division that I think is going to be able to dictate the pace against Jack Della Maddalena. Maybe Shavkat, but I think Shavkat would take a couple of those shots and crumble as well. So I think JDM's going to be the future champ of this division. I think that Leon versus JDM is going to be a fucking sick fight, guys. I'm going JDM. I think he's going to win by a knockout. This is great, and this is what's going to get us the JDM title shot in 2025 that we've been hoping for, baby. Let's go. And what this all but does, pretty much solidifies that Usman ain't fucking fighting anyone, dude. He's just going to keep sitting on his ranking until he gets a big money short notice fight. Which, again, fine. But, like, what are you doing? Now, Buckley versus Usman, if he takes that fight, kudos to Usman. I think it's a great fight. That's the one that's going to need to be made at this point, though, because we're sitting here, we're like, what the fuck is going to happen with Usman? Now, and here's what I'm going to say about that, is Usman came out with a statement being like, dude, if you guys think I'm scared, like, y'all don't know, can't wait to get in there and beat someone's ass. You can't wait? Then get in there and beat someone's ass. Or tell us that you have an injury, either or. And it's not, I don't think people are actually sitting there saying Usman's scared of Shavkat. He's scared of Jack Della Maddalena. He's scared of Leon. He's scared of Buckley. He's not scared of anyone. I don't think anyone's actually saying that. Because this dude went in there on short notice and took Khamzat to the closest fight of his career. Beat him in 2 of the rounds, in my opinion. But, dude, if I'm giving Colby shit for months, years on end about sitting on his ranking and doing fuck all and being a bitch and annoying and a coward about it, why do I not do that to Usman? I'm gonna. Usman, you're sitting on your fucking ranking. I want to see you fight. I'm a fan. I want to see you fight, but you're sitting on the number 2 ranking while we got contenders trying to get their names made here. Either show that you're still here and you are a force to be reckoned with, which I bet you still are, or fucking go to middleweight or retire. Like, stop sitting on a ranking so we have to sit here and go, wonder who Usman's fighting for a year. 2 years. We're coming up on a year and a half, dude. Fucking fight. I don't think you're scared. I know you're not scared. But you're sitting on your ranking, and if I'm going to give that same energy to Colby, you're going to get the same shit. So, Usman, fucking pull it together. JDM and Leon, though, this is a good fight. Damn good fight. I'm picking JDM very confidently. And moving on to the last 1 or 2 that I want to talk about. Diego Lopez versus Yair Rodriguez in the works. for UFC Mexico, targeted for the main event, all but done. I think another report came out even more recently now saying that it is pretty much done. I'm going with Diego Lopez. I think he's strong enough of a grappler to get it done here. I'm getting a Instagram call right now from Midas. Midas, you're killing the video, pal. I don't know how to turn it off. I did just turn it off. Sorry, but I'll join again later. But, yeah, I'm in the middle of the video here, so go follow Midas MMA. Great stuff, great memes, funny guy. Goes live once in a while, too. But back to Diego Lopez versus Yair Rodriguez. Scrap. This is going to be a good fight. I think that it's very dangerous for Diego Lopez, but there is a path to victory for him here, and it's going with the grappling, and I think he's going to implement his grappling here. I think he's going to show how good his grappling is. He might stand on the feet for a second, and that's where it's going to get dicey. Yair can absolutely land a crazy kick to put him out, but Diego Lopez, Yair Rodriguez, I'm leaning Lopez. I think if it goes to decision, it's going to go to Lopez. He's the young contender that people want to see. And I just think he's the better fighter at this point. He's the more well-rounded and mixed martial artist. Yair is most certainly the better striker. Most certainly. Not even close, honestly. But I think the best way for Diego Lopez to win is in the grappling, and I think that's what he'll do here. He's so close to getting his title shot. Make the fight. Diego Lopez, Yair Rodriguez. Now, a lot of people are probably wondering, why is Diego taking this fight, dude? I really think he just wants to be active. I do. I think he's realizing, all right, now what this fight also shows me, and this is what's going to get to the point that I was just about to say, is he's going to go, okay, it looks like Volk versus Ilya 2 is going to happen, which I fucking hate, because I don't want to see Volk get knocked out, even though looking back, Volk has done better against Ilya than anyone else has. He won the first round decisively, and then the second round he was winning and got caught and got knocked out because it's Ilya, and he's going to put anybody out that he hits. But that's my thing here, is like, I don't want to see Volk get knocked out the third time in a row. No doubt in my mind, if it goes to decision, Volk's going to win. Honestly, he will win a decision. Now, we may see some different approaches in Volk in this fight. I think he mixes up the grappling a lot more to say, dude, I can't be on the feet the whole time with this guy. And we get to see how good Ilia Toporia's grappling really is, because we know how good Volk's is. But this fight right here all but solidifies Volk versus Ilya 2 to me. Now, I'm wondering what gets done with Movsar. Kind of feel bad at this point. But yeah, I'm leaning Diego Lopez in the Ilya versus Volk rematch. I'm going with Volk. I just would have liked to see Volk fight a Movsar Evloev, get his you must have forgot moment, get a win. Dude, honestly, Volk fight Lopez, Volk fight Movsar, either or, think he wins. I think he beats anyone not named Ilya in the division, if I'm going to be brutally honest. I think he beats any of them easily. And then he goes, y'all must have forgot, I'm the number one contender, give me Ilya. And that's when I go, dude, Volk is not only not washed, he's fucking back. He has a chance to go do this. That's what I wanted to see. Now what we're going to get is Volk versus Ilya 2. Volk's probably getting knocked out. And now the narrative is going to be, Volk is washed. He's washed. He got knocked out 3 times in a row. He just doesn't have it anymore. He's an old man now. And that's not only bad for Volk's fucking mental, but that's bad for Ilya, too, because now they're going to go, dude, this guy's just beating all these old guys. He's beat Volk when he was washed, then he beat Max, great win, and then he beat Volk when he was washed again. Oh, my God. You're just tarnishing Ilya's career, dude. I still think Volk's got it, but he's got to show it to me, and I think he does deserve a fucking rematch automatically, honestly, but it's just like I don't want to see it come against the guy that I know is going to put him to sleep, and that's just where I'm kind of trying to look out for Volk here. I'm trying to look out for Ilya at the same time for his legacy. I don't know, dude. It kind of sucks to me that I have to go through that. Sucks as us as fans, man. But these are a bunch of the fight announcements. Let me know what you think of the fights, who you think's going to win in the comments. Hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please like and subscribe.